Today I'm going to be ranking every superstar in the NBA. Inside this list, I have around 50 of the best NBA players in the league. We're going to rank them from S to C, S being absolute superstar, C being below ass. Some of these rankings are probably going to piss you off, but this is strictly off of my opinion, my eye test. We're not going off numbers, no stats, just from my experience of watching these players. So without further ado, let's get started with LaMelo Ball. There's definitely some sentimental value with LaMelo Ball. You know, I feel like I grew up watching him. I feel like I grew up with this guy. I had the Triple B hoodie, all right? I had it. I bought it! Still to this day, I feel like their Chino Hills team could go up against any high school team in the history of basketball. People forget that team did beat Montverde that year, but we're talking about NBA career LaMelo, and honestly, I've seen him average 30, but I've also most of the time seen him in street clothes, alright? So he's very inconsistent to me. He hasn't won anything yet. I think he's super talented, but he's stuck on a bad team and he keeps getting injured. So I can't say he's a superstar yet, but he's not a scrub either because he can score the ball with ease and he plays like he's at the YMCA. It's actually ridiculous. So I'm gonna put him at a C. He's gonna be our baseline superstar, alright? Next up, we got De'Aaron Fox. This dude fast as hell. Unfortunately, he was stuck on the Kings for a while. He's about to get his job taken by Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. I'm not gonna lie. He's at ass. His brother from Kentucky, Bam Adebayo, undersized center for the Miami Heat. I think Bam is different, man. This guy's a defensive freak. He can grab every board. Should be Team USA starter next summer, man. I'm gonna have him at a B. Next up, we got Franz Wagner, the German. I'm not looking at Franz Wagner to lead my team to a championship. You know what I mean? But I think he's a great compliment to Paolo. He's a really tall wing who can shoot the three. I like him, man, but I'm gonna put him at a D. I'm not gonna lie, you guys might click off the video after this next player. We have Ja Morant. I'm not trying to get shot. I thought he was cool in college. I thought he was worthy of the second overall pick. I thought he was good in his early years on the Grizzlies. Couple injuries later, guy still hasn't improved. Team is absolutely dog. He's worse than De'Aaron Fox to me. He's a C. That was supposed to be the next D Rose. All right, this guy had high expectations, but he's just not meeting them, and I don't trust somebody like him to lead my team to success in today's NBA. Off the court issues, bad shooter, not engaged on defense, poor effort. I'm putting him at C. He's not leading me to a championship, man, but I'm not trying to get no lasers pointing at me through an apartment building, so you know what? I'm gonna put him at an F, all right? Just for him. Next up, we have Paolo Banchero. Former first overall pick. I like his game. It's just boring. There's nothing electric, you know? Honestly, I'd rather watch Ja Morant. At least with Ja Morant, you know some shit's about to go down. You know what I mean? You know something's about to happen. It's gonna make you feel some sort of emotion. Paolo is just like, alright, Paolo will get us 27. There's not really much essence to it, alright? It could lead to a championship, but it's gonna be a boring championship. Not really gonna be a lot of ups and downs. I mean, he is a franchise player, and because he's a franchise level player, I gotta put him at a B, alright? I have to. Next up, we have the Joker, Nikola Jokic. He's by far the best player in the league. He's an S. I know Shea just won his championship, but this guy is a genuine demigod. He's the opposite of Paolo. You could tune into Denver Nuggets games expecting entertainment. You can pass it, you can shoot it. His defense has gotten better. Averages double digits rebounds, multiple time MVP. He's got to be the S tier player. Julius Randle. I don't like Julius Randle, man. And I can't explain it. Julius Randle is one of those guys where when he shoots the ball, you don't expect it to go in. For whatever reason, when I watch Julius Randle shoot the ball, I want guys crashing boards. And I can't really explain it. I feel like he has defensive lapses at times too. I think he's a perfect third option on a championship team. Now, he's the second option on the Wolves. I'm not a fan. Third option is more like it for me, but this video is for second and first options. Julius Randle, he's at a seat. Lauri Markkanen is next on this list. One of the most underrated players in the NBA. Guy's having an amazing season. I still can't believe the Warriors didn't trade for him because they wanted to keep Pods. Weren't willing to give up Moody and Kuminga, and I know Danny Ainge has a history of fleecing teams, but the Warriors with Steph, Lauri, Jimmy, and Draymond, that's a squad. And he would be the second option on that team. I'm putting Lauri Markkanen at an A. He's nice. Now, this next player might surprise some of you guys. And I think this player is a perfect indication of people who know ball versus people who don't know ball. And that's LP Şengün. I think he's going to be a top 5 player in the NBA. He's already in my top 10. He's an S tier player for me. Absolute superstar. Very fluid, big, who can pass and shoot. He's got his footwork down to a T. Amazing player to watch. He's right next to his player count. Next up, we got Anthony Edwards, aka Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man's a cool guy. He's got a great personality. A lot of people love him. He's got great commercials with Adidas. And on the basketball court, he's an absolute athletic freak who can jump out the gym. He can shoot the 3 ball. There's a reason why people compare him to Michael Jordan. However, I don't like it when he runs out of gas in the playoffs. I want my superstars being able to go 7 games in 4 straight series. And I feel like every year in the Western Conference Finals, this guy will come short in a couple of games. That's not what I expect out of superstars. You know what I mean? That's not what I expect out of Jokic, out of Şengün. So I think he's an A-tier player for me. He's definitely better than Lauri Markkanen. I don't believe he's reached that top 5, top 10 status in the NBA just yet. Next up, we got Devin Booker. This guy's got got all the hose, man. And in my opinion, he's got a top 3 jumper in the NBA. I mean, that thing is just smooth as hell. Can get to his spot, can score from anywhere, has proven that he can become the alpha dog that leads a team to the finals. I like D-Buck, man. He can give me 70. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting him an A. Next up, we have Giannis, the Greek freak. People from my homeland call him Alphabet Man. All right, Giannis is an S-tier superstar. I don't think there's really much that needs to be said. He's got one of the best championships in this era. This guy has improved this game every single year. Next up, we have J-Dub. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like J-Dub. I personally don't want my NBA superstar making TikToks. That's just a prerequisite for me. I feel like in any North American sport, if the guy is doing TikTok dances, he should not be a superstar in any sort of capacity. What I really like about him is he's an absolute great perimeter defender. And I think people are oftentimes so enamored by Shai's aura, Shai's scoring, Shai's braids, Shai's shoes, that they don't really regard J-Dub in a high respect. I think he's one of the best number 2 options the NBA has currently. It just sucks that he makes TikToks. A lead second option. I'm gonna put him at a C. All right, this next one is, you might click off the video after this. We got Street Clothes, 80. 80 is sad, man, because he just can't stay on the court. It's a great guy, absolute monster on the Pelicans, won a championship with the Lakers, an absolute defensive monster. Now he's overweight, now he's got glasses. I mean, this guy, just no superstardom, no moxie. No shine. After the Luka trade, I mean, this guy just can't stay healthy, man. I gotta put him at F. I have to. He's never on the court. I'm paying tickets to go see the Mavericks. I'm not expecting AD to be there. Now he's a fat geek. Man, come on, man. Let me put him at F. Next up, we got Denny. All right, now Denny's having a good year. I don't even know why I put him on this list. Denny's a C. Miles Bridges is like a solid 3rd or 4th option on a championship team. He's just a good player stuck on a bad team, which is why he's got good stats. I think he's got a better chance of being a rap superstar than a hoop superstar, man. I'm gonna put him at a C as well. Jimmy Butler is one of those players where I'm surprised he hasn't won a championship yet. You're talking about a guy that plays defense. You're talking about a guy that has an offensive game, drives to the rim, gets clutch. I've seen him being the alpha dog and carry a team by himself on his back. Yes, he's a Robin now, but he's more of a superstar than some of these players on this list. I'm gonna have Jimmy Butler at an A. He can lead my team to success. Next up, we have Captain. Next up, we got Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson shorter than my dick. Me and Jalen Brunson, man, we both got a fat head. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about Jalen Brunson. His head is fat as hell. He gets clowned for it publicly, and I love that about him. Now, a lot of people argue about his defense. A lot of people argue about the amount of times that he flops on the NBA court. However, I feel like Jalen Brunson being able to live up to the pressure that New York gives him, leading his team deep into an Eastern Conference final run, I think this guy can get him over the hump. You could argue he's got a great supporting cast. He's undersized. He's a liability on defense. However, I think he's an elite scorer. I think he's clutch. I think a lot gets put on his plate and he delivers. All right, I'm gonna put him at an A. Next up, we got Joel Embiid. Oh boy. When healthy, he might be the best center in the game. And that includes Nikola Jokic. Now, this dude is never healthy, all right? But come to realize, he actually has anxiety. And when I read that ESPN article that came out about him this past offseason, I actually felt really bad for him. He should have been the guy. You could argue he deserves to be an F because he's always injured, kind of like Anthony Davis. However, when available, I'm taking Joel Embiid 10 times out of 10, all right? He's an S-tier player for me when healthy. And his counterpart is Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese is an A-tier player. He could score the ball. He's fast as hell. He's reliable. I really think Philadelphia should build around Tyrese Maxey. Kawhi Leonard. If I have Kawhi Leonard on my team, I feel like I have a chance against any team in any series. Defensively, he's a stud. He can shoot the 3-ball, shoot the mid-range. He's not flashy, but he's strong as hell and he's efficient, all right? Kawhi Leonard, he's an S-tier player for me. This next guy right here might surprise a lot of you, all right? We got Cade Cunningham. #1 overall draft pick, came out of Oklahoma State from Montverde. I like Cade Cunningham. I think he scores very effortlessly. But if Cade Cunningham was my starting point guard, my lead dog, I got a good feeling I'm gonna win. And that's why I got the Detroit Pistons winning the Eastern Conference this year. All right, Cade Cunningham, he's an S-tier player. Next up, we have Austin Reeves, Hillbilly Kobe. This guy's an elite scorer. So smooth with the ball. He knows all of his angles coming off the pick and roll. He can shoot the deep bomb 3. Don't let his appearance fool you. I love this guy as a scorer. He's a 3rd option who should be the 2nd option. I think Austin Reeves is a B-type player. Can average 30 while LeBron's out. Can average 20 when LeBron is in as the 3rd option, man. He's a great player. Next up, we have Zesty Cat. This dude's voice just sounds too weird for me to put him as a superstar. I don't even want him as my starting center. You know what I mean? Like, he seemed like a player on OKC. He's too soft. For his size, not good enough defensively. And he's a good 3-ball shooter. I think he's better as a stretch forward than a pure 5. He's too zesty for me to be a superstar, man. I put him at an F. Next up, we have Zach LaVine. Now, quick story. Zach LaVine actually broke my phone once. He's running a basketball camp. It's my first ever basketball camp. And he was about to do his cool dunks. I ran over to my bag, went to grab my Android before he did his East Bay. And as I'm running back, I dropped my phone and cracked it. And that's when he did the East Bay. He broke my phone, so I have him at C. Next up, we have Stephon Castle. All right, quickly, I think he's going to be the second option on the Spurs. If he already isn't the second option on the Spurs. We're talking about a 6'6" guard that can defend and is extremely gifted as an offensive player. Now, just because he hasn't proved anything yet, I'm going to put him at a D. Next up, we have the greatest shooter of all time. All right, the hoes love him. Steph Curry's in the building. I'm not going to troll. He's an S-tier player. 4-time champ, changed the game, still performing at an elite level. Just dropped Under Armour. That was like the only chink in his armor. S-tier player, great guy. All the hoes love him. Trey Murphy, I don't know why he's in this video. He's a great player, but his face just doesn't look like a superstar. Next up, we have the Haliban, Tyrese Halliburton. This guy changed my opinion on basketball. All right, I thought this guy was ass. I mean, if you see this guy shooting form at a YMCA, you're probably not stepping up. He's got to make 4 in a row before I even think about contesting his shot at the Y. All right, let's just be honest. His shot ugly as hell. He moves like Bambi, but this dude went on one of the clutchest, most magical runs I've seen from a player in a very long time. I think he's a bit of an overrated passer, but don't get me wrong, he definitely makes his teammates better. Can hit every big shot. I was fully convinced in Game 7 he was going to go into OKC and snatch Shea's chain. He did Reggie Miller's celebration right in front of Reggie Miller in the Garden. S-tier player. You can't even argue against it, man. Next up, we got Jason Tatum. I feel like any dude that names his son Deuce should automatically not be considered for superstar. He's so corny that I actually like him. Now his game is great. You damn near have to almost double him every time he gets the ball. All right, that's how great he is. However, very inconsistent in the playoffs. Son's name is Deuce. We're gonna put him at a B. Next up, we have anti-vax podcaster Michael Porter Jr. There's a good argument that this guy doesn't pass the ball more than Kobe. I mean, this guy is a hog. He's not gonna lead no team to a championship. Any dude that snitches on his own brother for not getting hosed is automatically a teammate you can't trust. Doesn't have good leadership qualities. A great scorer, but I have him at C. Next up, we have Brandon Ingram, BI high as hell, man. We got him at C. His buddy Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes might have autism. Tony's got a lot of potential, but I don't know. I still don't see a consistent jumper from him. I don't like the way he runs. All right, he doesn't run like a superstar. C. Next up, we got Zion, man. Zion's some ass, man. Let's just keep it real. He's either never healthy or fat or horny. It just can't get right for Zion, man. And it just feel like ever since Duke, I don't know if it's because of the high expectations that he had there, or I don't know if it's because the money got to him, the gumbo got to him. I don't know what it is. And I just feel bad for Zion because he was supposed to be great, man, but he's below ass. Next up, we got little baby girlfriend James Harden. James Harden, one of my favorite players of all time. It's not because I'm Chinese. It's because James Harden was genuinely cold in his prime, man. I genuinely thought he could have beaten the Warriors dynasty if Chris Paul just didn't pull his hamstring. But at this point in his career, James Harden, I'm not too sure he can lead me to a championship. As a second option, I'm not the most confident as well, just because he does have a reputation of not showing up in the playoffs when it matters the most. But just out of respect for one of the GOATs, I have him at C. Josh Giddey is next up. It annoys me how good this guy is at basketball. I'm just gonna put him at a D. All right, I don't want to say too much about him. I don't want to get this video taken down. Next up, we have Donovan Mitchell, one of the best 2 guards in the NBA. I think he is a superstar. He just hasn't taken his team deep enough in the playoffs yet for me to put him in that S tier. But he's definitely one of the best 2 guards in the game. Number 1 option for sure. And at 6'3", 6'4", that's a pretty hard accomplishment to do, so I'm gonna put him at an A tier player. Next up, we have Evan Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year. It seems like all this guy does is play defense. I like defense though, so good piece to have on a championship team, but I'm gonna put him at a C. He's not a superstar. He's not a guy that's gonna lead you deep into playoffs, man. Next up, we got Kyrie Irving. I'm still respecting my GOAT, all right? My anti-ambassador, the best ball handler to ever play the game, one of the best finishers at the rim, my favorite LeBron sidekick, the best second option to have if you want to win a championship in his prime. And don't let the injuries fool you, because this guy can always pull from deep. This guy can always beat you off the dribble as well, make tough shots. He's an A tier player for me. Another guy who can handle the rock really well is Darius Garland. All right, and Darius Garland, he's a very similar player to Kyrie Irving. He probably uses his speed a little bit more than Kyrie. Crafty with the ball, just unfortunate with a couple of injuries to his toe. He's like the exact opposite of Evan Mobley, all right? Only plays offense, doesn't play much defense. We're gonna put him at a C. Next up is Brandon Miller. Good young talent. When healthy, I think he's better than Miles Bridges, who I have at a C. I'm gonna put Brandon Miller at an F. Next up, we have Drew Holiday, champion, one of the best defensive guards of all time. In today's game, I would still take Portland Trailblazers Drew Holiday on my championship team. He could go out there and match up against your best players still to this day. I'm gonna put Drew Holiday at a C. Next up, we have SGA. He's the second best player in the NBA for me. You can complain about him playing unethical hoops, but at the same time, his scoring ability is absolutely insane. He can get any shot he wants. I'm curious to see how NBA defenses will adjust following the year that he just had. It honestly seems like something that is impossible to stop. He reminds me shades of 2018, 2017 James Harden. S-tier player, man. Second best player in the league. Spicy P, he pissed me off. Won a championship as the 2 with the Raptors, but some reason couldn't get it done when Tyrese went down. That just pissed me off, man. I'm gonna put him at an F. He should be a D player probably, but honestly, it just pissed me off how he didn't hold his weight when Tyrese went down. Next up, we have Trae Young. Trae Young just doesn't have the hairline of a superstar. Makes me proud of mine, and mine is absolutely cooked. I just think Trae Young gets overly scrutinized by the media. Like, we're forgetting that this guy took the Atlanta Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals just a couple of years ago. To me, he's eerily similar to Jalen Brunson. He's short, he has the heart of a champion that can carry a team, and he can't play defense. Lack of team success, I can't really blame him, but at the same time, because the lack of it, I'm gonna put him at a B. Alright, I'm not gonna let the media fool me. His counterpart, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson, a D player. He's a nice wing. I'm just not really curious about him. Like, I just don't really care. If he develops, cool. If he doesn't develop, I'm not gonna be sad. It's just Jalen Johnson. Can't play defense. Glizzy Murray is one of the weirdest players I've ever seen play basketball in my life. I've never seen a dude that just shows up in the playoffs. It's honestly weird. And when he didn't show up in the playoffs last year, he's basically a seat, because that's literally all he's known for, and if he doesn't do that, then he's pretty much useless. Now I think he's better off as a 3rd star rather than a 2 to Nikola. Jaylen Brown is next on this list. Jaylen Brown still can't dribble with his left, and he doesn't have superstar hairline. One of the funniest clips on the internet is when Jaylen Brown tried to sound intelligent at that TED Talk. I know he won Finals MVP, I know he's a champion, but at the same time, we're seeing what the Celtics are like without Jason Tatum. Very mediocre. I have Jaylen Brown at a D. His defense is honestly so overrated. Got benched by the French team. He's a seat, man. Speaking of the French team, though, we have Wemby. Victor Wembanyama. It's something that I've never seen in my life. 7'6", moving like he's 6'8". Voter fatigue might get him an MVP vote this year, but at the same time, he should be an MVP within the next 2 to 3 years. They could win a championship this year, the Spurs. Kevin Durant. He's still one of the best scorers of the basketball in the league. It's weird, man. These old dudes, they're still playing at an elite level. S-tier player. Next up, we have LeBron James Sr. LeBron James is my favorite basketball player. Some people are homosexual, some people are heterosexual. I'm bronsexual. Alright, you will never see me slander LeBron James on this channel. This guy's given me childhood memories that I'll never forget. This guy's put me through depressing times in my life. The best basketball player to ever play the game. He will always be S-tier, in my opinion. Matter of fact, put his head next to Bronny's. Last but not least, we have Luka Doncic. The most polarizing player in the NBA, arguably the most talked about player in the NBA, especially because of that masterclass of a trade that Nico Harrison conducted. Luka Doncic has been called a defensive liability, has been called a flopper, a complainer, a whiner, has been called ugly, has been called a diabetic. He's an S-tier player. Alright, he's a top 5 NBA player. He's so good offensively, he gets a defensive liability pass. As long as he tries on defense, we'll take it. Alright, that's how good he is offensively. So this is my full list right here, ranking all NBA superstars. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like for your boy. I'll see you guys in the next video.